feel like I will be ready for next season. I was leaving my hotel room. I was rushing this morning, and I walked out the room, and then I remembered that I had left something in my room, so I had to turn and stop and go back in. And I got ready to jog, but I knew I just had a mental reminder that I'm not supposed to be running yet. So, but I feel really really good. I think it's going as good as it can go. The body's gonna do what it's gonna do. I think mentally is really the thing that you got to focus on, and I'm in a great space.
What's good, everyone out there in the blogosphere, football fans, fellow Bills Mafia, all y'all? It's Coffee back with an NFL update, a quick one, man. I have not wanted to talk any football since my Bills went out the way we did, man. Just that's what it is, right? You hear Von Miller, we got an update on Von, right? Saying, the physical is one thing, but the mental is another. So all my fellow Bills Mafia, real talk, not even trying to be funny, man. How's everyone out doing out there mentally? That's tough. Crushing. Seriously, I haven't been paying attention to any of this ish. The Pro Bowl festivities, was it skills competition, media week, anything. Real talk, since it's ended, Coffee has just it's been tough. And I'm sure a lot of y'all all out there feel the exact same way. So seriously, comment below. How have you been coping? Are you on the same type time where you just have not been paying attention to any NFL after we lost? And for real, let's talk about it, man. When it comes to the mental side of things, talking is always good. So hit me with an update that below. Bills Mafia mental health check. Let's get it. Let's chop it up. I've been saying, the Sabres is looking like they're gonna come down to the wire fighting for a playoff spot. That's helped, shifting my focus, rooting there. Obviously, Bills is what I live for when it comes to sports. Following that Bills season is everything. And it's tough. It's heartbreaking. I'm not gonna get I'm not all the way negative. I've seen a lot of that. Oh, it's the same old ish. Fluck it. Oh, we get all turned up just to get deflated and let down. Yo, come on, let's not go that deep. This is a hell of a team. We still got a lot of talent. So I'm not there with all the extra negative, but it's gonna be a long off season, and that's a fact. So comment what your thoughts about that. But Von Miller, right? He's gonna be good to go, he believes, for week 1. Yes, that's a long way away, but look at Trey White, right? I mean, man, we didn't get Trey back. I don't know. Some people say, man, no, it was right on schedule. It wasn't a cemented in date. It's a window or whatever. I don't know. I thought we got Trey back way than we were supposed to. And Trey, I don't know. I don't want to be negative about that neither. But Trey White still played good defense, but I don't know. It just didn't seem to be the same Trey that he was prior to that. But that's a whole nother story. This is good news to me to hear that Von says he's going to be ready to go week 1 again. That's so far away. You heard him talking about he ran from the room and he's like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be running yet. And it's like, yo, take your time. We got the whole off season. We need you 100%, Von. Real talk down the stretch there. Von Miller, losing him was crushing. I think he had 8 sacks at the time that he went out. He was our led the team in sacks. Obviously, bringing Von Miller to the Bills, to that defense with what we had already had there. His skill, even though he's 33 years old, he's getting up there in age. But, his leadership, just everything that Von Miller brought was so huge. And that was a huge thing to lose Von. And then even that was a whole ordeal. Oh, you guys remember the way that went down? Originally, they're like, yo, he didn't tear the ACL. Then, what was it? I don't know. It might be a partial tear. Then Von went on to his podcast and said, no, guys, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back out there. I might be back out there for the Jets game, but the playoffs, I'm good to go. And then, when they did that exploratory surgery or whatever, just seeing what was going on, they're like, oh no, this is a tear. He needs the surgery. And there goes Von. And it was just tough, man. And such an emotional roller coaster, the way it all went. It just sucked. And once again, I don't really even want to get into talking football and everything. I haven't really talked it since the loss. I haven't been motivated to. But, what does everyone think? What is your take on why we went out there looking so bad the way we did? And how big do you think losing Von Miller was to this Bills team? I mean, we know we were seeing the videos and stuff like that. Fine, obviously he's still there with his teammates, talking to him, motivating him and everything like that. He brought in the replica Lombardi trophy, something that he did with the other squads he was at and everything. Still trying to do what he could to keep the team focused and get them ready, but we are just so depleted on injuries and everything. And I don't know, man, but what do you guys think it was? How much do you think losing Von played into it, everything he brought to the team? Do you guys think Damar Hamlin was outstanding, that Damar's doing better? Do you think that everything that happened with Damar Hamlin played a factor? I mean, that just, between the injuries, that happening, just everything, it was like exhausting. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm tripping, but the Bills, we got a long off season. Jump in the comments. What do you think about this update with Von Miller? What's your thoughts with the Super Bowl? Who you got? Have you been paying attention to football since it ended? And, the Buffalo Bills, Billsmafia mental health check for real. Let me know how you're doing. Let's chop it up. Let's get that convo going below. In other news,
first and foremost, I got to thank the man upstairs. Without him, none of this would be possible. The amount of blessings that he's been giving me this my whole career has been amazing. Secondly, I gotta thank my parents, John, Elaine, Jefferson. Y'all made me to the man I am today. I appreciate y'all so much. My brothers, Jordan and Ricky, I mean, y'all made me to who I am. Y'all was so hard on me. All the countless times I cried at home. Y'all was the reason that I'm tough because of y'all. I appreciate y'all. More to come.
Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year. He hit the gritty on his way to the podium to accept that award. What a season this guy had, man. I mean, he was playing out of his mind. Hell, I know Viking fans, we're talking about Billsmafia, how heartbroken we were. I know Vikings fans, that was a tough L for them to swallow as well. Pause. But a hell of a season this guy had. And, man, in the playoffs, I remember he got in a little scuffle on the sideline. This guy plays with a lot of emotion, but very classy speech. Thanked his family and everything like that. Did you think he was going to win the Offensive Player of the Year? Do you think he deserved it? Do you think there was someone else that should have won in the nominees? Hell, my fellow Bills fans or just anyone out there, you guys remember that game? You see some of the clips, footage I'm using in this video against the Bills. Holy fuck. Talking about an emotional roller coaster. That game was insane. I've been saying since the Bills have been winning, I haven't really had a game up until we lost, right? But prior to that, the Bills-Vikings game was the first game in a long time since we've been a good winning football team where I'm bugging out, I'm uneasy, I'm tripping, I'm running around, that game was nuts. Damn fumbled snap. What the fuck? But this one pass you see on that third down that he went up there and got, oh my goodness. What defensive back was that just didn't knock that damn thing down? I'm drawing a blank right now. You're supposed to knock that down, not try to pick it off. We learned that with the Hail Murray. Remember the Kyler Murray? But that game was insane. Diggs and Justin Jefferson were just highlight reel footage. And, there's a big rivalry between them, as Diggs was their #1 guy. Now he's with the Bills. I think Jefferson was obtained through the draft pick, right? That was in the trade for Diggs, if I'm not mistaken, or am I bugging? Let me know below. But they got a rivalry, and they just went back and forth that game, just highlight reel material. So there you have it. That's my video, guys. What do you think? Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year. Billsmafia mental health check update. And Von Miller says he's going to be ready to go week 1 next year. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments. Sub up if you're new. This is Jay Coffee. Music, news, sports, and more is what we talk over here. And I always want to hear from you. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.